I was just watching the news and I saw that Saks Fifth Avenue is filing for bankruptcy. I am a huge customer of Saks Fifth Avenue. I also found out that Saks Fifth Avenue had taken on Neiman Marcus. And it looks like when they took on Neiman Marcus, they ran into trouble. Some of the things that I see with Neiman Marcus and Saks Fifth Avenue that the other brands have done that I don't see that they're doing, but maybe they are doing it, is that they're not pushing hard with online. They have it available, but they're not being very aggressive with it. Today's video, we're going to be talking about when big banks charge off your credit cards. Most people think the debt disappears, but it really does. A charge off is where the real collection game actually begins. Today I'm going to break down exactly what banks do after a charge off, how they try to collect, when they sell the debt, and when they decide if they are going to sue you or when a debt collector who buys the debt is going to decide to sue you. So you're going to want to stay tuned to this video because you need to understand the processes of where you are at with your charged off account. A charged off account usually will happen after 180 days, 6 months of missed payments. It could be 3 months for an auto loan. The bank will mark that account as a loss for accounting and tax purposes and also to remain compliant with bank regulators. A charge-off doesn't mean that the debt is forgiven. A charge-off helps the bank, but it doesn't help you at all. After a charge-off, many banks will keep the account for a period of time. They may send you some letters in the mail offering a settlement. It could be 40 to 70% offers. They will call you regularly, and they will also report monthly updates on your credit report. At this stage, the bank still owns the debt, and they still have a right to go after you. And just to be clear, just because the account charged off does not mean that the original creditor does not have a right to call you over and over and over and over and over again. That is a huge misconception because people believe that just because their account charged off and the original creditor is trying to collect on that debt, that they must follow the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. That is not true. Now, here is where it does get a little bit tricky. Banks who still own the debt in most states are not allowed to act as a debt collector. So once it charges off, they will usually sometimes try to send out a letter to settle on the debt, but they're going to still have to use a debt collection company in between. So they're going to hire a collection agency. Once they hire that collection agency, then that collection agency must, they're going to be under and they must follow the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. So even though the debt is still maintained with the ownership with the bank or the credit card company or whoever the lender is, but they hire a debt collection company to collect on the debt because in most states, the creditor cannot act as a debt collector. That debt collector who they hire is required to follow the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. So that means that you can request a debt validation to that debt collection company, even though the original creditor still owns the debt. Other things to be aware of? Yes, the debt collector can get a commission for settling the debt that the bank still owns or the lender still owns. It is not against the rules. They can get a commission based on the amount that they collect. That is the way that most of these companies are set up. Now, if they sell the debt buyer takes over all the debt. If you've seen my other videos about the Santander versus Henson in the Supreme Court decision, this is very important, very important. Keep this in your notes, what I'm about to say. If a debt buyer buys debt and they do not collect debt for other companies, they take the position of the original creditor. I know that that sounds crazy, but that is the Supreme Court ruling. It was actually a unanimous decision. Now, if that debt collector buys debt and they also collect on their own debt and they also collect on other companies' debts, they are considered a debt collector and they must follow the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. Yes, they do buy these debts for pennies on the dollar, but does that matter to them? No, they're in the business of turning that paper, that debt that they bought for pennies on the dollar, into thousands of dollars. So just because they buy it for pennies on the dollar does not mean that they're going to be nice to you on the phone and say, okay, we bought it for 2 cents, we want to get 4 cents. They're not playing that game. So once that debt is sold, accuracy problems will explode. Wrong balances, missing contracts, bad data. This is your opening. Banks and debt collectors sue when there's usually a high balance, but I'm starting to see that they will sue for lower balance. Also, you need to also check, because they will sue if the statute of limitations has not passed. And they will also, the number one reason why debt collection companies and original creditors will sue is because they believe you will not respond to the lawsuit. And even if you do respond to it, you will not respond the right way. Most people lose not because the bank can prove the case. They lose because they never respond to the case. And when that happens, you will get a default judgment. When that default judgment happens, you will get a wage garnishment or a bank levy, and they will add interest up, and that judgment can last for 20 years. And they can also seize assets in some circumstances. The moment you respond properly to the lawsuit, the balance of power shifts to your side. That response can make them prove ownership, expose missing documents. It can create leverage for dismissal or a settlement. Debt buyers count on you fearing them, getting confused, emotional, or just staying silent altogether. They don't count on defendants being informed and responding properly. If you have a charge off, it's not the end of your world. And if you're being sued by a debt collector, you can get help. So if you're being sued by a debt collector, visit summonsmaster.com, where you could get a court-ready response to every allegation of the defense to help you win your case. If you just have charge-offs on your credit report and they're not trying to sue you, go to thecreditrepairshop.com, where we can help you deal with those charge-offs. If you need your credit reports and scores, because that's where everything starts, go to your, Y-O-U-R, the number 3, scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel, post your questions and comments, and below this video I have links to other resources that we offer.